Hi, I'm the mean cook, and my name is Kevin, by the way. Today I woke up, I took a quick walk with my dog, and then I realized that my breakfast had to be different. So I look at the cupboard of my kitchen, and I had all the ingredients to make brownies. But before we begin, I'm not a professional chef, I'm not a professional cook, I'm not a professional baker, I have never worked in a professional kitchen, and I have no qualification whatsoever to teach you anything about cooking. The only purpose of my video is entertaining. So please be entertained as I make breakfast in the form of brownies. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so. Okay, so this is everything we're gonna need, but before I tell you anything, let's preheat the oven. Okay, so this is empty, 150 degrees, yeah, let's go with 150, whatever. 150 degrees Celsius, preheat it, okay? No, you cracked in a very weird way. Wow, you gay? You gay. You okay, dude? Okay, so this is what we will need. 1 egg, some cocoa powder. This is flour specifically made for sweet stuff, you know, cookies and cake. Why is it specifically made for cake and, you know, sweet stuff? It's because it has low gluten, okay? When you're making cookies, cakes, you don't need a lot of gluten, or you're making sponge cakes, stuff like that. This is the flour you wanna go with, okay? Low gluten content. This is some chocolate, because I wanna have some pieces of chocolate inside the brownie. Butter, powdered sugar. This is vanilla extract, also called vanillin. This is the molecule that contains vanilla, and it's what gives it the aroma and the flavor. This is extracted and put inside of a bag. This is the same thing that we used for pain brioche, okay? And this is instant yeast, okay? Specifically for sweet stuff. This is too much for one person. Probably not gonna add the whole thing in, but you know, we'll see. Okay, let's start mixing. I'm gonna need a whisk. Yes, we're gonna need a whisk. Okay, so for the quantities, I will use my trusty phone with the recipe on it and our trusty scale. Let's start off with 25 grams of butter. Let's grab this piece. And this is 25 grams. Fantastic, I didn't even need the knife. Wow, amazing. Then 25 grams of milk chocolate, which is this. So we're gonna unwrap these up, and then I would like to crush them. Exactly, with my strong hands. Oh, they also have a nut inside. Fantastic, yeah, why not? These precise jobs, it's what kills me every time. By the way, I have an empty stomach right now, and I'm so hungry, so I can't wait to eat this. Crush the chocolate, crush it, crush it. Look at my muscle, yeah, wow. I'm the gym bro of your dreams. Then 1 medium egg. In. We're gonna give it a quick whisk as of right now. You see what happens, exactly. This is what I was afraid of. My butter is really cold right now. You don't believe that this stuff that I'm mixing is gonna become delicious brownie stuff. Trust me, it will. Some people like to melt the butter. It's not worth it, okay? I can just mash it up and eventually it will get into the mix. Trust me, please, 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 please trust me. Great thing to do on an empty stomach, dude. See, butter melts at approximately 35 degrees Celsius, but above 30, it's really easy to manipulate. This is cold from the fridge. So by whisking it, I'm also warming it up. Okay, good enough for now. Tear. Then 25 grams of powdered sugar. We're gonna use a medium-sized spoon. Powdered sugar. We don't need a spoon actually because this is pourable. Okay, whatever. 25 grams. 29. Don't look at it, don't look at it. Mix. See, as I gradually add the ingredients, I mix so the butter melts. And by adding more stuff, when I whisk, there's more friction. The whole thing warms up a little bit and it allows the butter to melt properly. Then 25 grams of flour, low gluten flour. This is not gluten-free, okay, by any means. This is not a healthy option. This is for sweet stuff purposes, okay? And 25 grams, yet again. 25 grams, done. Whisk again. Are you coming together or what? Huh? Are you coming together or what? Huh? Okay. Now, vanillin in these little bags. Dump it in. Vanillin is the molecule which is naturally present in vanilla, and it gives the vanilla itself its flavor and its aroma, okay? So that's why you would add it in this form, which is more convenient and less cheap. Of course, when you make creams with vanillin instead of vanilla, you don't see the seeds, you don't see, it's lower quality, so to speak, but, you know, whatever. I'm the mean cook, and I do whatever the fuck I want in the kitchen, okay? Now, there again, and we're gonna go with 15 grams of cocoa powder. And there we go. Mix once again. Thick, just like we like it. Look at it. This is it, okay? If it is too thick, you can add a splash of milk. But before you do that, you make sure that every ingredient that you add, it's added. And I still have to add the yeast. But I will add a micro, very, oh, what? What was that noise? Oh, okay. I heard the noise. That's the, yeah, okay, whatever. I will add a splash, like a teaspoon of milk. The carton is almost over, so there's no milk. Hey, okay. Okay, so you are there. Oh, okay, you came out. A little bit more. Wow, such a professional baker I am. A little bit more. This thing is very thick. Now, the thicker the batter is, the bigger it's gonna grow, okay, when you add instant yeast. Instant yeast has the capacity to create air, little pockets of air, that when you put the cake in the oven, or whatever you are putting in the oven, those pockets of air, they expand, okay? The thicker the batter is, the better the batter, oh my God. The better the batter is gonna be able to trap that air inside and keep the air and let it expand on the inside. And so the better it rises, okay? Food Science 101. Almost the right consistency, almost. Okay, so maybe a tablespoon of milk, okay? For one person. If you are 2 people, add a little bit more. Always add it gradually, otherwise it becomes too runny and then you have to start over again. It may consume a little bit more time, but it is worth it. Otherwise you're gonna have to, you know, compensate with adding more flour and it's not balanced as a recipe, whatever, no. Okay, that's way too much. I ruined everything, okay, I know it. Okay, we are there. I wanna taste this, but raw egg, so that's a big no-no. We're gonna grab our trusty spatula and please don't eat raw eggs, okay? Don't taste this when it's raw. Cook it and then eat it, okay? Please. It's dangerous. Oh yeah. Look at this batter. Amazing, fantastic. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so hungry. This is the smallest sheet pan that I have. And I am forgetting the yeast. Okay, add the yeast. This is the last thing that you will add, okay? I will add a bit, not the whole thing, approximately half of it, because it's just me, okay? So incorporate it. And by the way, this is the dishwasher. When it's done, I do like a mise en place of all the stuff that I washed. And I didn't remove it for the video because I'm not a professional YouTuber, okay? I don't give a crap. Everything is in. Now, if you have a smaller sheet pan, by any means, use it. This is not gonna be perfect, but yeah. This is way too big. Should have made more batter, but hey, what do you want from me? I'm gonna try and spread it a little bit, but not too much. Oh yeah. This is gonna be like a round, kind of weird looking brownie. Wow. I love getting my hands dirty. I love getting my hands dirty with this. Okay, 150 degrees. Okay, this is very bad, okay? Without the sheet pan with the brownie on it, this finger looks really, really bad. This is YouTube, okay? This is YouTube, not the other tube, okay? And 150 degrees for as long as it takes for it to be ready. Bye-bye. Now, as the brownie cooks, I want to say a few things. Number one is, when you have to add sugar to something liquid, a batter, eggs, use powdered sugar. Why? Powdered sugar is a finer powder, okay? And incorporating sugar is inversely proportional to the size of its grain. Granulated sugar is bigger. So when you try to add, for example, granulated sugar to eggs, you have to whisk until it melts. The surface of the sugar touching something wet, in this case the eggs, is limited because granulated sugar is bigger. When you have powdered sugar, which means that it's grounded, there's more surface contact. Surface contact, I don't know. But by there being more surface to contact with the wet stuff, it melts better, okay? Yes, it is more expensive, but it aids a lot, okay? You don't have to play with temperature so much. And number two, the yeast. Now, this is instant yeast, okay? Have you ever witnessed the reaction of vinegar and baking soda, okay? Or lemon and baking soda, that foam that it forms, that is it. This is the reaction that this specific yeast uses to create air inside of your cake. So, as you can see, it's rising a lot. This type of yeast, it's not the same as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. That yeast is basically alive, and it's a molecule that eats sugar and poops out carbon dioxide. This, on the other hand, is a chemical reaction that creates air, completely different thing. This is not alive, okay? Always add it at the end of the batter. Like you complete the batter and then you add instant yeast. Because since it's a very quick reaction, it may occur during the preparation and then you basically waste the chemical reaction and there's no air inside of the thing that you are baking. Also, the batter has to be a certain thickness. Don't let it be too runny, otherwise, if it is too runny, the air cannot get trapped inside the batter and it escapes and then it's wasted, okay? Oh, the smell coming out of it is really good. Pay attention to it because it's brown. You can see the browning because it's brown, okay? Another thing that I want to explain is why the flour has to be low gluten. Well, typically speaking, flour that is used to make sponge cake or cakes in general or cookies, it is low gluten because the structure that you have to reach is different, okay? We're not talking about bread or pizza or focaccia for that matter, where you have to have a structure full of bubbles, okay? Irregular or not. When you make cookies, you don't need bubbles. You don't need air inside of it, okay? When you make cake, you don't need it to be, you know, bubbly like focaccia or bread. You need it to expand, okay? So there has to be a general layer of expansion and so air on the inside of it, but not bubbly, okay? Gluten tends to form those bubbles. You don't need gluten when you're talking about cookies, when you're talking about sponge cake, because the structure of the inside of the thing is different. Different flours for different purposes, but every purpose is Italian when you're talking about food, okay? In the meantime, I cleaned out my table and everything looks much more presentable. Okay. We can see this thing is still cooking on the inside of the oven, and I'm gonna show you a trick to see if every baked good is ready, even when it's brown like this and you can see the color on the top. It is generally safe, oh my God, sorry. It is generally safe to take it out of the oven if it has stopped rising, okay? When it stops rising, you can take it out of the oven and eventually put it back if it's not ready. But grab a toothpick, take it out. Ooh, Nelly, how you doing? Okay. Stick a toothpick on the inside and you see it's not wet. It is actually very good. So that means that this thing is ready. Now turn off the oven. I always put something on the door oven so the hot air escapes without, you know, making a mess on the inside. The toothpick test is very interesting because you can just stick a toothpick in and then take it out. And if it is wet, the batter on the inside is not cooked through, okay? If it is dry, like in this case, it's perfect, okay? Toothpick test. Now let it cool down, and in the meantime, make yourself some coffee, pour yourself a glass of milk, and let's get ready to eat this chocolate goodness. Oh yeah. Nice. So let me try and detach. This is non-stick, by the way, but I trust nothing and no one, but I don't want to destroy it to take it out of there. I think this is not gonna go well. I'm sorry, guys, if I have to ruin everything now. I don't want to ruin everything. I will try and do my best. I try and go around the sides to gradually detach it from the sheet pan. Please come out in one piece. I will grab a yellow plate for this and I will try. Okay, in my defense, brownies are not supposed to be taken out as a whole, okay? So we will do this. I actually have to eat the whole thing, so I don't care. Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I like where this is going. Okay. Wow, non-stick my ass. And 2. And 3. And 4. Okay. And there you have it. How'd you like my brownie, guys? And there we go. This has occupied a lot of space because I put instant yeast, okay? If you don't want brownies with a spongy texture, don't add the yeast, okay? I wanted to add the yeast because I like for it to be, you know, spongy, you see? Chocolatey, sweet. Give it a try and let me know in the comments how you did. Bye-bye.